All right, welcome back. Part two. So we're going to find hence using your answer from B. So if you can't get B and you see something like this, just put something down. You can put 10, 20. Doesn't matter. Just put a number down. Don't put zero. That's be weird. Just put one, two. You'll lose the marks. You lose the marks in B. You might get a go at C. C is a little bit harder though, so we'll keep going. Find the bearing of the lake from the mountain. So of the lake from the mountain. So what we're trying to do is trying to find from the mountain, we're trying to find that angle there. Okay, all the way around. Now we just found in the last question, we found this part, okay? And what we're going to use, we're about to find, sorry, I just re-recorded this. I'm going to use sine rule to find theta first. Once I find this theta, this angle here, I'm gonna say this angle here as well. Now this one over here in the purple is 75. Using your alternate angles, this is also 75. And what we're going to say is we're going to say 180 to 180 minus the 75, and my answer from this part we're about to do away from 180 is going to give me my angle or my bearing. Okay, because remember this angle is only a slither of this little section here. Okay, it's not the whole thing. It only gives us when you see the answer, it's very small. Okay, so having that angle there is not on its own not going to help us, but knowing this fact of this whole bit here and taking that away from 180, that can give us our bearing. And when we're thinking sine rule, and I was just drawing this before over here, okay, we've got to have these matching pairs. So at the moment, we're going to have, you need an angle and its opposite side. So we just found this 140, and we found this 40 from our part B. And now I'm up with my 16, which is from over here, and I want this angle over here as well. So let's go and do that. And it says use sine rule, so use the sine rule. I'm going to flip it because when I find an angle, I like to put the angle on top. Over 40 is equal to sine of theta, because we don't know theta yet, over 16, because that's opposite the side. That's opposite of the angle that I wanted. All right, and then we go 16 times, because it's on the bottom, sine 140 over 40 is equal to, and hopefully the answer is still on my calculator. Yes, it is. 14 degrees and 53 minutes, or 14.9. We'll take both at the moment. 14 degrees 53 minutes, or 14.89. Okay, now what we need to do, as I said before, we're going to say 180 minus 75 minus the angle we just found. Okay, so that's 180 minus 75 minus, either which way, you'd say it's 14.89, but because it's asking to the nearest degree, I'm going to round it because I will round it eventually. Oh, well, I'll leave it as it is. 14 degrees and 53 minutes. And when you do that, that actually becomes 90 degrees. Tough question. Very, very tough question, that one. And look, who doesn't love a bit of algebra again? Change the formula. So this is medication. You don't need to know the medication formulas. You just got to know, guess what? They're in there. You'll be getting them just like you are. So change the subject. So we want A to be the subject. So what we're saying is, can you rewrite this as A equals something else? Now we've got to get rid of this bottom. And the way we do that is multiply both sides by it. I'm going to say D outside of Y plus 12. I can't do them individually. I have to take them as one whole thing. Is equal to YA. Okay, and now what it wants you to do is how do you get rid of the y? You divide both sides by y. And so therefore you've got dy plus 12 over y is equal to a. In their answers, they expanded this bracket out. You don't. Oh, that's a really bad color. I should undo that. I'll change it to. Is green better? Yeah. In here, they expanded that bracket out. You can if you want to, but it doesn't. There's no extra points there for doing that. So it's just, can you get rid of the y plus 12 underneath, and can you divide by y? And the answer is yes. All right, and the last bit for today, a 6-year-old child is to take 5 milligrams or 5 milliliters of prescribed medicine 3 times a day. What's the equivalent adult dosage? So, and you've got to go back up here and look at this. So the dosage, a formula dosage in mils D of medicine required for children between age 1 to 12 is for an adult dose. So you've got everything there. You just got to put everything in the right spot and take in your answer from A. And again, if you didn't get A right, use the formula that you do have and substitute in, so the marker can give you some marks if they're able to. So the dosage, we're going to say 5 bracket, and our years, how old are we? 6. 6 plus 12 over our years again, I think it is. Yep, years is 6. And that should translate to A is equal to, what's that? 18 times 5, 90 over 6, which is what? What goes into 3? 3 goes into 30 times. So it's 30 over 2, so 15. So it should be 15 milliliters. I think that's it for today. Yay! So a lot going on there, boys and girls. And I dare say that this question would have caused a bit of confusion right here. So something definitely need to practice. So practice those skills. They do come up quite often, not only for medication, but also just other ones where it's make something the subject of the formula. Could be usually for measurement or medication. So practice that if you can. If you've got any questions that no one's hit me up yet, but we'll get there. All right, keep studying, guys. Talk to you soon.